One piece of advice I often hear for new players is watch your minimap a lot more than you probably think. And I thought I had a really good example of why that's so important. And basically, I was able to predict exactly what was coming just from watching the minimap and seeing whether or not I could make a certain push. First, let's just take a look at the clip, and then I'll come back and break it down afterward. And listen specifically for the callouts I make while I'm watching the minimap.
I don't see anyone on the maps. This is the scary push. Yeah, there's Viper.
Yeah.
And
Bad
Billy.
belly.
There's someone in a green jungle too. Get triple teamed. Yeah, there.
Bebop.
Big mistake.
Good help.
So we basically were able to turn that into a clean sweep of, there were 3, even 4 with the Billy. I don't know where he went, but there were basically 3 that were pushing into, from their perspective, just me. Maybe, I don't know if they knew if the Moan Crow was with me, but they were going to try to come pick me up off because I was aggressively positioned on their side of the map. And meanwhile, I was trying to decide, can I push this walker maybe? And the way I'm looking at it is basically I like to break it down into go or no go signals. And the main signal for this kind of push is accounting for all of the enemy players on the minimap. So this whole time, I'm just staring at this minimap, looking for signals. And the only one that's really showing up is Pocket, which tells me there are 5 mystery players that could be anywhere on the map. For that reason, basically, it's a no-go, even a pushback or a pullback. As I advance more, okay, did you see that? Right as the 15-minute timer hit, bridge buff spawned. It spawned right there and then immediately disappeared, which means there is at least one enemy player right there in our jungle. That's how I knew there's another player in their jungle when I call that out.
Anyone on the maps? This is the scary push. Yeah, there's Viper.
Yeah.
And
Bad
Billy.
belly.
Yep, those 2 pop up on the green lane. That is a very clear red light, no go, even pull back because they're probably going to try to gank us, right? So we make the position. Let's try to, or the decision to fall back.
Someone in a green jungle too. Get triple teamed. Yeah, there.
Bebop.
There's the Bebop. He misses his hook. And now we are probably in a position to fight because also our Graves, who's in mid, is now able to come help us out. Thankfully, she was probably watching her minimap and saw this push happening. And once I'm a wolf, it's kind of game over for them. Very hard for them to win. But all of that kind of happened because we were able to pull back enough to where Graves could help us and turn what should have been an advantage fight for the enemy into an advantage fight for us. And I understand that this isn't really any kind of revolutionary information, but I figure if you're a new player, you might be wondering why the minimap is so important and how it can be utilized to even just understand when you're in a bad position. But sometimes even you can predict exactly what the enemy team is going to do based purely off of the minimap. So hopefully you find that helpful. Or if you have any other tips that you can add to just general awareness or macro understanding, feel free to add them below. Thanks.